Full power. Whoa! It's so fast! I can't believe we're doing a bicycle first ride on the channel.
Yes.
But I'm so excited for it because it's like a Rivian bicycle. And we all know, Scott and I both drive Rivians. These are the 2170 Samsung 53G cells. It's an NMC chemistry. We've been talking about that a lot. Same as what's in a Rivian, of course. I like just pulsing the throttle on the way in. Yeah, brake test. Very good. Hell yeah. This video is brought to you by Ionna and OpenVPP. Ionna, the EV charging network brought to you by the world's leading automakers. Ionna is raising the bar on what it means to charge. We're talking a 400 kilowatt charge rate minimum, nationwide network built with the customer in mind. Fast, reliable, affordable, every single time. And OpenVPP, a global virtual power plant for electric vehicles. See vehicles charging across the world and zoom in to see real-time charging status in what aims to be the world's largest vehicle virtual power plant. OpenVPP allows you to track charging history, energy usage, and daily trips, comparing your usage versus others day to day and month to month. With OpenVPP, we're working together to showcase the potential of EV charging to electric grid operators. There may even be future coordinated EV charging rewards coming soon. So sign up today at world.openvpp.energy. It's completely free to join and takes under 60 seconds. Hello and welcome to another Out of Spec Reviews video. You join me across the street from Rivian's laboratory, where we filmed some in-depth videos to look at this, which is essentially a Rivian bicycle. It's a new spin-off company from Rivian called Also, and we also actually already have a video on our Out of Spec Bits channel. Scott, if you can run around up front, you can actually see the really cool headlight that resembles a Rivian.
It's giving Rivian.
It's giving Rivian. However, it is important to note, different company, different stuff. Scott, you've already been to ride this bike, but I have not had a chance to have a go yet.
That is correct.
I also spent quite a bit of time with some nerds over here at Also and learned a lot about the electrical architecture, software, powertrain, and some really cool things. Now, why are we reviewing a bicycle on the Out of Spec Reviews YouTube channel?
Why?
Because it's a reviews channel.
Yes.
So we're reviewing a bicycle, but we do have a micro mobility channel called Out of Spec Scoots that we haven't posted on in forever. The reason is we can never really find anyone super passionate and willing to produce enough content on stuff like this.
But there are so many different electric micromobility things out there.
Yeah, from like electric lawnmowers to electric bikes to electric quadricycles and everything in between. So if you're watching this and you're like, damn, I love this stuff, and you live in North Carolina and you're willing to work out of the Out of Spec track, send us an email. It's down in the description. With all that said, I'm going to go ride the Also bike for the very first time. Scott, so you had a chance to ride this thing. The initial impression was what?
I loved it. I thought that it was completely unique. It's hard to describe and portray in a video, but it's different than your average e-bike.
Yeah, that's the impression I'm getting right now. For example, these pedals are not connected to the wheel in any way whatsoever.
That is because, why?
It's a series hybrid powered by your legs.
Yes.
So all you're doing is actually recharging the battery, which is really cool. I'm going to talk to you all about that, which then send some signals through a really cool board, which I'm going to show you all the nerd stuff, and then that powers the wheel. We'll get super in depth because honestly, you know how we've done those like super many hour long videos at Lucid and Tesla and Rivian and others?
Yes.
This is worth it. The guys that are working on this are taking like automotive level engineering and bringing it to much smaller, lower speed vehicles. All of this work didn't just go into a bicycle, Also is going to launch a line of micro mobility products and last mile delivery services and who knows what else with the architecture that went into this bike. So it's really cool. It's actually pretty insane. So let's walk through just some of the features that it has.
Okay.
Do we do software or hardware first?
I think we do hardware first.
Okay, come around over here. This is your battery pack. And if I remember how to do this correctly,
Yep.
pull it out. This is a collection of just under 1 kilowatt hours worth of 2170 Samsung 53G cells.
Isn't that the same cell that's in my Rivian?
That is the same cell that Rivian uses in the large and max pack Gen 2 vehicles. The Gen 1 was 50G, Gen 2 is 53G. So they already have the cost structure that Rivian has on the cells, and they can put them all in here. Now there's 2 battery packs on offer. There's a standard range and a large pack. So standard pack, large pack, same nomenclature as Rivian. And I want to say like standard pack somewhere around 500 watt hours and a bit. And this is maybe, can't remember exactly, but it's another series of cells, 14 more cells wired in parallel. So the voltage stays the same, around 48-ish volts for the system. Okay, super cool. Not only is this a battery pack with Samsung 53G cells in it, Scott. It has 2 240 watt USB-C ports, one for charging, one for discharging.
Yes.
How sick is that?
So you can use it as like a battery bank.
You can use it as a battery bank, but 240 watt battery bank. So
screaming.
Everyone's going to talk about how expensive this thing is, but it's like so insanely cool that it's not that bad. And it starts at $3,500.
Yes.
And it goes to $4,500.
Yes.
Honestly, I kind of saw the price and I was like, oh, that's a bicycle for $4 grand.
Yeah, I don't think I did a good job when I came here the first time explaining what makes it, in my opinion, worth the price.
I mean,
so
we're not here to
for you to
convince anyone.
Right.
I don't care, but I think it's cool.
Yes.
And I truly think it's worth the money after seeing the engineering that went into this. And that's why I think we need to come back maybe in January and do a super nerd video with Chris and the team here.
Absolutely. And they would love to do that.
They're like, want to show us everything. They're super cool.
They're very passionate about what they've done.
Even little stuff like this. Well, I'll show you inside, but these are the connection points that connect directly to the board to power everything. There's no high voltage bus bars or cable linkage. There's thermal propagation vents in here as well. So if this happens to go up, it will be limited just to one cell. They have fuse tabs. It's really nicely done. Really, again, automotive grade going into an e-bike, where like most e-bikes have sealed battery packs with the terminals facing each other. If one goes up, it can burn a whole building down. AKA a pain in the ass. Yeah, but it's a problem. If your heat doesn't work, it might start working really well. But in this case, real automotive grade thermal resistance to a potential problem here. Thankfully, the Samsung 53G cell is a pretty nice cell. So if I put it in here, is that how you do it? It can be a little finicky, but that should get work. Okay. She's locked in. And then it powered up instantly. Okay. Do you know what's really cool is there's another 2170 cell, another 53G right in behind here to work as like a GPS tracker or whatever if someone steals. Accessory. Yeah, accessory load. And that's where you charge it. Yep. You charge it off of a 240 watt USB-C port. And I asked about the charging curve, Scott. Oh, did you? Of course you did. What did they say? It never comes off 240 watts. Incredible. Holds it to 100. 10 out of 10. We'll have to test that. So Rivian can do it. Yeah, never believe manufacturer claims. We always have to test it. We have to create our own test instances. That's right. For the bike. So that's the other thing for the micromobility channel. I want to come up with a whole set of testing procedures. I've been trying to do this for years, where we have a set person on a set loop in repeatable circumstances to actually put devices like this up against each other. So if you feel like you can be that person, send us an email. It's so cool. And this is just reigniting the passion that I have for devices like this. And these are so much more popular than an electric car if you add up all the possible use cases of small devices. Yes. And I think we get too focused because we don't live in a city, right? But a lot of places in the world are city. Okay, back to the battery pack. They recommend a 90% daily charging limit on them, which is pretty high. They are going to work on a storage mode though. I talked to them about it earlier today, maybe around 30% state of charge if you're going to store it over winter. Because again, it's the same essential battery cell that's in your Rivian. You would want to treat it roughly the same. Because they're using Samsung 53G cells from Rivian, they also have their own cell characterization, so they know that the performance of the cell in different temperature ranges way better than even Samsung knows their own cell. This is a common case for automakers who do their own characterization versus those that just buy whatever the spec sheet is from the cell maker. They can do a much better job here. And that means that there's no active thermal management for this, but it can work in almost all conditions. Correct. If you happen to ride the bike and it's in freezing Alaska, obviously it will thermal derate in terms of not allowing regen. Yep. And that's all programmed in here as well. You just don't have to worry about it. Love that. more mechanical stuff that I'm really focused on in this video is what's going on down here. So Scott, I'll show you the cutaway here in a second. These pedals do not power anything except an electric motor that recuperates energy into the battery pack.
Yep.
Now what's interesting is there's a few different modes of driving that can work with. So the first is like a typical CVT type situation where you pedal at a set speed that you feel comfortable, and then it drives the output motor here, which they are not saying how powerful it is.
Oh, okay.
They say it's 90 foot-pounds, Newton meters. Can't remember.
Okay.
But some value that doesn't mean anything to me because I don't know where they're measuring it actually. They'll tell us if they were here. No one's here to ask.
Yes.
But my guess is it's a couple kilowatts of peak performance. Now, they can't be more than 750 watts over a period of time because there's a regulation around that. But you can do a peak boost. And the peak boost, they won't reveal how long it will stay in peak.
Okay.
And so this is going to require a lot of testing to figure out.
Okay.
Regardless, you can keep it in sort of a CVT mode, which I'm curious to see how that feels because there's no gears, there's no shifting, but there's actually a manual shift mode in here. So if you come over here and look at this screen, I can throw it into drive by rotating it. There's a detent, which feels like a Rivian gear shifter.
Yeah.
So you go past the point of resistance. I can throw it into manual mode, rock and roll, trail, and now this trigger right here, Scott, lets me choose what gear I'm going to go into. Oh, squeeze both brakes. Why? Maybe I've got the thing down. But regardless, that we'll try it when we ride it, that I can shift up and down, and all of those ratios are... So Jose says squeeze both brakes. Oh, got it. Here we go. Come take a look. I just wasn't squeezing hard enough. So look, you can choose what gear. And right now they have a set of pre-programmed gears for their own ratios, but in the app, they'll let you actually dial in the exact ratio that you want to have.
Yes.
How sick is that?
So sick.
Okay. Really cool stuff here. The software is basically a branch of Rivian software that came from the vehicles that they then adapted.
So vertically integrated.
Which means it supports phone as a key.
Yes.
Which is so cool. Also through ultra wideband, so Apple Watch as a key, which is cool. You can have, it has the battery in here that powers the GPS and the LTE connection and Wi-Fi, so that if it gets stolen, you can track it on a map.
Yes.
And if it really gets stolen, like it's going to get shipped off to who knows where, you can actually brick the whole thing permanently to where it can never work again.
Yes.
To also deter theft.
Which is needed.
Which is so cool. So if you are in the market of stealing electric bikes, probably don't steal this one because with one button, you can just take the whole thing offline. That cannot then be reset. You actually have to swap the boards. It's physically bricked forever at that point.
Which is just so thoughtful.
So thoughtful. So cool. Other than that, there's some other controls here that we'll get into when we get into riding. I want to show everyone some components, and then we're going to go for our very first ride.
All right.
So let's do that.
Crikey.
Crikey! So Scott, you came here before.
I did.
And the video was good. You did a good job. Thank you.
It was good, but it was not technically detailed.
Right, and neither is this. This is just like a basic high-level thing. I actually spoke to some of the team for a couple hours earlier today, really nerding out about stuff.
Yep.
And I was like, we just got to come back in January when things calm down.
Yes.
And go through everything because we were just discussing a bunch. There's a bunch of prototypes here. You showed some of these in your video?
Yes.
Okay, so this is like, it was kind of cool. Maybe I'll walk you through this really quick. But this is like the geometry bike. So
this was the OG.
You can change the angle of this versus that so that you can have more of a cruiser bike or more of a mountain bike or a city bike. And you basically had to do a characterization of what the bike should ride like for this type of company and this type of product.
Yes.
And so that was really interesting. Then you go through and they dial in the suspension, and then you go through and you dial in, okay, the frame idea. This was really cool because they were planning a bunch of different powertrain options. We should talk to them about that. They ended up going with series hybrid that's human powered.
Yep.
I asked a lot of questions today all about like, what is the actual watt hour capacity of a human if you're riding a bike from full to death? So like after a meal until you die. That would be the theoretical.
Such a specific question, but yeah, that makes sense. You're
very person dependent.
Right.
And so are you an Olympic athlete or are you Kyle Connor? And it's really cool because I've been picking their brains on how we should do the testing, and they're all interested in our Scoots channel testing too.
Of course.
And I'm like, oh, we got to get back into this.
Yes.
And then this was the B series prototype. Really nice cast part, giant cast part here. Okay, electrical stuff. This is what I think I was most interested in. So permanent magnet motors on both sides that are copper wound. No need for hairpin windings at this level. You just don't need that sort of efficiency benefit and some other stuff. No need for any liquid cooling whatsoever. This board fits in, let's think about how this would go. Is this the correct way? No, I think this, I don't know. But this board fits in here. And you know what, Scott? There is no high voltage cabling or anything to transfer. So for example, this motor is the small pedal assist motor. It comes right into these 3 terminals right here. If I can line this up properly, you can see there's one. Hold on. We'll get her. Where'd the other ones go? Here we go. Boom. Locked in. Right on the board.
Wow, nice.
So you can run, you know, a couple kilowatts of peak power probably right through this board, which also shout out to whoever did this PCB. It's black and not green.
Yes.
Which is so nice.
Thank goodness.
Okay, this is the software chip that powers everything. It's an ST chip. It has really fast boot time. Really good chip. They were telling me they really like this one. These are your MOSFET drivers. So you have 6 MOSFETs that actually power the output of the electric motor, which is this bigger one. And again, those 3 dots line up to those 3 right there. And then your battery input comes somewhere on the back here, potentially these.
Okay.
Would come from your 48 volt battery in from these connections where you have your high voltage connections and then some CAN communication. Everything on the bike is run through CAN like a vehicle. And it's actually CAN FD, which is nice. I thought they were going to do Ethernet loop because Rivian kind of switched over to Ethernet and some high speed stuff, but they didn't. And there's just not as much processing needed for a bike like this. So
Okay, not necessary.
yeah. So just a cool board, really nicely done. It's all in-house. Everything is done by them. This is not off-the-shelf component, and that's what I really appreciate. Even companies like Rad, which I have a Rad e-bike, they're just like kind of off-the-shelf components, but they're still direct-to-consumer. And so like you get like halfway there, but this is like all the way in on just ground up. It's like a Rivian experience in a bike.
Yeah.
And it's just been needed in this space. Something super premium and high quality.
It's the first of its kind.
This is the production grade titanium injected mold that handles all the components. Really nice. You can see some vents here again for thermal propagation if a battery does happen. Oh, bless you. This is, you know, sort of your thermal vents, so a lot of safety has come into mind here. I'm particularly focusing on safety. They didn't bring it up too much just because I've heard of so many e-bike fires.
Yeah.
And it's like inside your house or whatever. And so,
right, or in your garage, and it's a little too close to home.
And so I'm really happy that they're following a no propagation method, which means one cell is not ever going to ignite another cell.
Yes.
At least that's the idea. And these are the little pop tubes. So this would be if one cell goes up to off gas. This would be if something really bad happens, it could off gas a little bit more with that right there. These are the 2170 Samsung 53G cells. It's an NMC chemistry. We've been talking about that a lot. Same as what's in a Rivian, of course. This is the current collector plate that sits on top. And so, you know, you basically have these welded to the top of the cells. This one's a fully populated matrix board, so you can actually kind of count what's wired in series or parallel through the back here. I guess if you look in there. It's a 14S 1P, but if you go for a 2P, then I guess you double the capacity in that case. So I'm not actually sure. They wouldn't tell me how many batteries are in there and the exact voltages, but we can do some math.
Okay.
And I should probably be sharp enough to do that right now, but I'm not.
It's been a long day.
It's been a reasonably long day. This is what sits in the middle of the tube of the bike. So there's your charging port that I showed you all. This is where all the processing power sits. And this is your speaker for horn and a chime.
Excellent.
So that's a really nicely integrated unit here. You have all of your connections and stuff that go through. And again, I don't really think I spend enough time explaining how the motors and the logic works for pedaling, but we'll certainly get into that a little bit more.
Okay.
Running back over to the bike. I'm condensing this in because we're at the end of the day and I've just got a brain dump from their entire engineering team. And I was like, you guys got to come bring that stuff to the track and rip around. And they're like, hell yeah, let's do all that. So they're really cool. I just love the guys here. They're so fun. And I want to show everyone their van too. So back to the software, Scott. If you stand on this side, I'll come over here. There's some really cool stuff that you can do. The first of all, this is your horn and your chime. This doesn't work.
Okay.
and they're replacing this entire part for series production because this doesn't work.
Okay, interesting. Now you do have to explain the difference between a horn and a chime.
A bell, that's what I meant to say. There's a quick flick for a bell and a push and hold for a horn.
Like a car horn, so if you're about to be hit.
We'll try it when we ride. I think they should work on those out there.
Yes.
Okay. This one says maybe not working so great. Don't know. This is like a really early one, but we should talk about we'll do a software tour on the one outside.
Okay,
but just to show everyone, turn signals. So you can come out here. You can come out here, right turn signal. Love to see it. Headlights. You can hook up Bluetooth from your phone. What else can you do? It's got all-purpose and sport mode. Range is largely dependent on how much you charge up the battery while riding.
Yes.
And how much you weigh and how heavy you are on the throttle.
Yes.
So with an e-bike, there's sort of a best case and a worst case scenario in terms of range. There's the me going uphill, cracking that thing at wide open, not pedaling.
Right.
And then there's the you, much more athletic,
Like actually
ripping away.
riding it like a bike.
I wonder if there's ever a scenario in which you could ride this where it actually charges. Probably.
Yes.
So they do friction brake and regen blending on the pedals as well. And they also have ABS through regen drag control, which is really awesome. So
We also didn't show the turn signals from the back.
Oh yeah, that's super important. Forgot about that. It also has air suspension.
Yes.
Which is not so uncommon in the bike world, but you can adjust your air shocks here and in the rear. There's even a suspension level sensor in there to tell you if you've loaded this thing up on the back to pump in some more air.
Yes.
It's really well thought out.
Very well thought out. And
zero
actually,
justice to this bike.
While we're here, I do want to point out it has interchangeable seat frames.
Yeah, I was trying to think about how you do that.
Oh, it's easy. You do it here when it's unlocked.
How do we turn it on and off again?
So it's unlocked.
Yeah.
And then...
Rotate to ride. But this one says something's offline.
Yeah, so we may not be able to do that.
Oh, wait, here we go. Swap seats.
Okay. I want you to see how easy this is.
Yeah.
And then there's one behind you.
Oh, I can put that one on?
Yes.
Okay, I want to show everyone the connection point. This is hooked into like a rail.
Okay, maybe not. Well, then put that one back in.
Okay, so anyway, these are all serialized, and it stores your rider info in there as well.
Yes.
So if you take this with you to ride a friend's bike, your profile auto loads. It will also do that with phone as a key.
Yes.
And there's a little set screw in here that comes through and it locks it in, so it's all electronic, and it locks and it's firm. There is no rattle, no movement. It feels like it's one solid piece.
It's excellent.
I've never experienced something that interfaces so loosely
And is seamless at the same time.
but then is so locked in when it's locked.
Yeah.
It's crazy. It's not like a door that you can move a little bit. This thing is connected.
Yeah, honestly, the Rivian door handle engineers should look at this.
Yeah, they should. They really should.
Okay.
A couple other things I was just going to mention that I can't remember.
My bad.
But you can put like a cart and other seats and stuff.
Yeah.
275-pound weight limit for the rider. Locked in.
And now
And look,
it's in.
that thing is locked.
Yeah, and it notifies you which seat's on, which is great.
And that's really cool. And then there's be a bunch of accessories. The weight is about 90 pounds, 80 pounds?
With or without the battery?
With.
Yep.
And then you can remove the battery and this for about a 25-pound weight savings.
Correct.
So that you can actually like lift it onto stuff. Or trailer hitches have loading limitations, especially if they're far out from the back of a vehicle. Not a Rivian R1, of course. They do have limitations, but this falls within that.
Yes.
And so you can remove some weight by pulling the seat and the battery out, and then it really lightens the load of the bike. Center of mass is super low down in the center, so that'll be interesting to ride as well. A bunch of different tire options, such as this right here, having some knobbies on there. You know, also shout out to the Also team for making bike displays look nice. Because most of the time when you look at a bicycle, they kind of look like the same.
Yeah, so this just shows all the different capabilities.
So Scott, there's different versions, right? So they have one that's called the full send configuration, which I love. I feel like they did that for out of spec. I don't know. So they have like, you know, the bikes in different setups with accessories, but you can buy like the standard one, which is more for urban, low and slow stuff, right?
Yes.
And then there's the performance
Yes.
with
so
the big battery.
There's the TMB, which we would just consider a standard.
Yeah, we didn't even say what they were called.
Yes.
Because it's a stupid name.
Yes.
It's called Transcendent Mobility Bike. Mm-hmm. Don't know what any of that really means. What is Transcendent Mobility?
Good question.
Unclear. Dumb name. Delete. Different name.
But they have the TMB, which would be kind of like the base. Okay. Then you have
but B doesn't mean base.
B does not mean base.
B
I'm
means
just
bike.
using this for real world comparison.
Understood.
Terms. Then you have the launch TMB, which is just a rebrand of the performance.
That's this with the purple, right?
Correct.
But the case isn't purple. It's just got purple pedals.
Yes,
those
so
are the
purple
off-road pedals.
and then it has some different color
batteries. These are all
batteries
different prototype-y stuff,
yeah.
I think.
But anyways, the performance and the launch are the same. The launch is just different
a color set. Mm-hmm. And then they have their mobile service vans. So if yours, first of all, maintenance, there's no really required maintenance. There's some like long intervals, many thousands of miles, where you might want something checked out, but it's mostly consumables. Brake pads, which are going to last way longer than a typical bike because of regen.
Right.
But I guess that would be the case for all e-bikes. Yeah. And yeah, I mean, you just kind of get it, run it, don't worry about it. Rock and roll.
Okay.
This is their mobile service van. So they've got all their tools and stuff right here in the door. Should I mess with them? Put it in the wrong spot?
No, don't do that.
Oh, okay. Okay, we won't. Jump inside. Hello and welcome to my mobile recharging station.
Yes, excellent, excellent. We love.
This is almost 1 kilowatt of power combined, 240 watts each.
Yes.
It's real high power stuff going on here. But you can lock the battery in and then plug it in while you're working on the bike.
Excellent.
So you can full charge a customer's unit while they're out
fixing
ripping.
it.
Yeah. And so then this basically is your frame stand, and you have a bunch of other tools and related necessary components. And we didn't mention, because I assume the viewers know, we're inside a Rivian commercial van.
Yes.
Which is like one of my favorite vehicles on the road.
And excellent. I know, I want one so bad.
They're amazing. They just need to put the quad motor 1,000 horsepower in one of these vans. I think, Scott, that's everything I wanted to talk about before we ride.
Yeah, you have not ridden it yet.
I've not ridden it yet.
Yes.
I can't believe we're doing a bicycle first ride on the channel.
Yes.
But I'm so excited for it because it's like a Rivian bicycle. And we all know, Scott and I both drive Rivians.
I was wondering if we should mention these back here, but maybe not.
Yeah, we can. These are the commercial delivery vehicles that are for like last mile delivery. So I mentioned earlier on spending all that time and money on the electric motor and pedal assist and everything. Doesn't make sense to do that just for a bike.
Just for like a one-person bike.
Also, we'll have, I think, a range of micro-mobility products.
Yes.
They were asking me what I thought about my Twizy a lot today.
Excellent. We would happily do any type of testing that they want. Would
be cool. So you can put that all in here, and then now you've got like an inner city mobility device, but with the same software and hardware as one of those bikes. And in theory, you can scale up and down the powertrain by just adding motors.
Yes.
So maybe even a quad motor, one of these things one day.
As long as it's
one can dream.
Street legal.
Yeah. Doesn't have to be street legal to be at the track.
But I think that pretty much does sum it up.
It's like, you know, it's the start of a new company. They've wrapped it in a bicycle as their launch product, but the hardware will scale to a bunch of different stuff. And I guess the possibilities are really endless.
Yeah.
Let's go ride this bike because I'm really curious how they did all the pedal tuning. I spoke to them a lot about different things they did for manual shifting. For example, they put the manual shift mode to feel like a PDK or DCT transmission, like a dual clutch that would rip the shifts, and everyone said they hated it. So then they added some crunch and some delay and some torque dips during shift to simulate an actual bike.
And people like that.
And people like that better because that's what they're used to. Really fun. I'm going to try out all the modes, and Scott, you'll be on a bike as well?
Yes.
So let's mic up and let's go cruise.
Sweet.
And you got that in ride mode? I hear.
Put it in sport mode.
Sport? No, I'm in all purpose.
Okay, you're good.
Yeah, we're Gucci.
All right, you're being filmed.
Thank you.
All right, I'll be in the back. Whoa, instantly getting some power. So cool. All right, so I'm off on the bike for the first time. Pretty high pedal speed, I'd say, for running 6 miles an hour. If I put a lot of force in, the pedal speed doesn't seem to change. Whoa, huge regen. So much to talk about. Are we good? All right. Yeah, they got brakes. Okay, so this is amazing. So if I set a pedal pace, it's really based on pressure. So if I put the pressure in, it's ripping the electric motor, and you can tell it's an electric motor driving and not the pedals driving. But if I coast, it does just coast. You got to remember, we're the bicycles on the road now. I'm the guy that I always yell at when I'm driving the car. Ride a Peloton. Get off the mountain roads. No, I would never do that, of course. Okay, so the riding position is interesting. So we've got, wow, they're hitting the throttle. Full power, whoa! It's so fast! Holy moly! Woo! That's unbelievable! So if I get back into pedaling hardcore, oh, hell yeah. All right, let's do a full regen. So that's all regen, no friction brakes. When will it stop regenning? Regen's to 1. On the pedals. Oh, this is the coolest next level experience I've ever had. And it's totally based on pedal speed. All right, let's go assist 1. Oh, so now my pedal speed is still pretty fast. It's weird because you slow down and speed up, but your legs don't stop moving at the same rate. So if I'm really hammering on the pedals in assist 1, you can get a workout in this thing for sure. I like the CVT aspect. So now I'm going to go all the way up to assist 10. They need to smooth out the transition between the assist modes because I can feel just a tiny bit of like surge power on there. So now I'm freewheeling. I'm gonna, whoa, it basically popped a wheelie. Scott, you gotta put it in assist 10.
And assist, oh, okay.
All right, drag race, ready?
Ready?
3,
throttle?
3, 2, 1, no, on the pedal on assist 10.
Okay, you ready?
3, 2, 1, go.
Haha, so much faster.
Epic.
It's perfect.
That's unbelievable.
Isn't it awesome?
So I really think 3 to 6 feels the most natural to me. I'm gonna get back in line here.
Just general cruising, yeah.
Yeah, gotta get back in line. All right, I'm gonna go into sport mode.
All right, same.
All right, sport mode activated. Woo!
Slightly more responsive, slightly faster acceleration, slightly faster to get up to 10 again, go.
Yeah, 10 in sport mode. Holy smokes! It's so fast! 28! So it'll let you do 28 while pedaling. Oh my god, the throttle on this thing is... So we've got the bell. Thank you, Kia EV9 rider. So we did the bell, but if I hold it forwards, it should honk, I think? No honk. Just the bell. Nice bell. Man, if you ride this thing in sport mode in level 10, you just move your legs, and it's ripping. So,
All right.
okay.
So don't forget your turn signal,
Kia
Kyle.
boy, ripping.
It's down by your pointer finger.
What is?
Your turn signal.
Oh yeah, I know.
Yeah. Such a well thought out bike. Love it.
Oh my god, this is so cool. Back to assist 4. Right turn signal on. Assist 6, now I'm really boogieing. There's no auto cancel for the turn signal, so don't be an idiot and leave it on. I'm gonna go into manual shifting mode now.
What do you put it back into? All purpose?
I'm in manual.
Manual. What have you set it to?
I'm in gear 5 manual.
Okay. What do you think?
A haptic response when you shift.
Well, the back shift is wonderful. You really do feel a little torque drop in the pedals. Feels super natural. The upshift was very smooth, almost maybe even a bit too smooth.
Too smooth. You
Feels a
want
little-
more feedback?
Yeah, it felt a little slush boxy. Let's see. Yeah, I'd like a big actual crunch when I upshift, but the back shift is really nice. So I'll start in 1. This is
I told you.
Unbelievable. Because it's so high quality.
It's so high quality and it's very unique.
Maybe it's me, but I hate the handlebar material.
We were just talking about that.
We will have multiple handlebar options from both.
Because if I got this today, I would be taking tennis racket stuff.
Second gear. Third gear. Fourth. Yeah, I can't feel anything changing really. Just very minor ratios. Now you can program in your own ratios, and I almost would.
Man, you're off the map.
Oh, where are we supposed to go?
We're all good. You're good. We'll flip around up here. You're totally good. I'm giving you a hard time.
Okay. I'm not too worried about it. Yeah. We've gone off course on an adventure. Not using FSD. Hit your turn signal. Yeah, that's cool.
Good night.
What state of charge are you at?
52.
69. U-turn. I am such a menace on a bicycle. So I'm surprised. I really thought I would love manual mode more.
Yeah.
I want a bit more of a crunch on the upshift.
Okay.
I know that's weird, but if you're going to simulate manual, then...
No, I mean, one of the things that you're going to be able to do is really tune it to what you want it to be.
The downshift is perfect.
People want different things.
Yeah. I mean, you do feel a crunch on the upshift a little bit, but it needs a little more.
Personalizing it is, you know, one of the major benefits.
We're going right here?
Yep, going right.
Surprisingly, I'm going to go back into auto sport. Use that throttle. Woo! Yeah, I'm just not even going to pedal it at all. I'm just going to e-bike it back with the finger throttle. So the finger throttle is very sensitive. This woman's driving a hydrogen car. We should watch out because she obviously doesn't know anything because she bought a hydrogen car. No shade. I like hydrogen cars, actually. I'm weird. I love the Mirai. All right, jump it, jump it. Here we go. Woo! So if I go max, that's 20. But if I pedal, then it'll bring me up to 28. There's full rip at 28. Very cool. So 28's the fastest you can go, right?
20 is the fastest you can go pedal assist. You can pedal way past 20, but you're doing the work there, right?
Right. So 20 is legally max you can do on throttle.
20 is legally max on throttle. 28 is a class 3 e-bike is what you can do via pedal assist. But
Got it.
you can go past.
I freaking love this thing. So suspension's very soft, very floaty. The riding position is not set up for how I would want to ride, of course, right now, but it's a really cool experience. And it's as close as you can get. Thank you very much for not running me over. I guess that's really one of the big problems, is the not getting run over part while riding one of these. So you probably need to get their helmet. The Rivian, the Also helmet has the built-in turn signal and everything. But it's so cool to just get on this thing and go for a cruise. Because I'm kind of just pedaling with medium pressure right now in max assist. And it's really good. Getting overtaken. Mad it on the throttle. I wish there was a little bit more off-throttle regen, but maybe that would hurt some progress as well, because you do want to carry some momentum from time to time. Gonna hit that turn signal. The throttle's a bit sensitive. I would change the throttle map so it's a little bit more progressive, because it's very spicy on tip-in. And if you do a brake and accelerator pedal at the same time, it deactivates the throttle. So you can't throttle and brake, which probably is smart. All right, Scott, what I want to do is you hit the throttle, I'm going to pedal.
Okay.
On go. You can count us in.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, go.
So a little spicier on the pedal. Higher state of charge, but I weigh an extra lot. Yeah. Technical term.
Videos were highly technical.
Yeah. Highly technical. I weigh a lot more. I like just pulsing the throttle on the way in.
Yeah, it's pretty
Brake
fun.
test. Very good. Hell yeah.
Excellent.
That was so fun. Yeah.
Good time?
Yeah.
It's not really a bicycle or even better than an e-bike. It's a new thing.
It's a whole new thing.
It's not a
The-
bicycle, it's not a moped.
What I love is that the pedals are infinitely calibratable.
Yeah.
And
Perfectly said. Yeah.
I am hoping that you guys can dial in that pedal feel a bit, especially on the upshifts, but the pedal assist feels really good. So as we walk the bike outside, I can go full throttle in walk mode and it'll hold me at 3 miles an hour. And even if I pull back on it, it's pushing hardcore. And then I can lift off the throttle.
That's so nice because it is a heavy bike, right?
Well,
so
like
to have that assist is
A real
huge.
situation might be curb,
Yep.
full throttle. Nope, not doing anything. But let me walk it up to the curb normally, right? So that's walking up to the curb normally, it bounces off.
Yep.
Full throttle, walked itself right up.
Yep.
But it
With-
doesn't love to start from zero.
No, because you have to walk.
No, it's
into
putting
it.
pressure. Like,
Okay.
but I can just nudge it forward a little bit. Mm-hmm. Let me just hold it at wide open real quick and see if it'll figure out, hey, I'm not moving. Nope, I've got it pegged. Now, if I go into ride mode, she'll rip right away. But you go back to walk mode. Why is that so funny to you?
It went way up there.
Yeah, bucked up.
Yep.
Yeah, you can hold it back in walk mode, but it's got all the torque in the world.
Yes.
I think what they should do for a motor tune is if they notice an obstacle like this and you crack it open, just keep punching a little more.
Like pop it up and over.
Yeah, just get the stall torque to get it
Call
over.
that Pop-Tart mode.
Call it stall torque.
Okay.
That's max turning radius. Does that
Okay.
matter in a bike? Probably. I wouldn't
Perhaps.
know. Cool. So we've got a center kickstand. Walk it right up there. It doesn't feel like it comes high enough on the kickstand, but maybe that's intentional.
Why would you want it higher?
So on some of my motorcycles that had a center kickstand, right,
Uh-huh.
I could get her down and then the bike would come way up, and maybe that's just what I'm used to.
Yeah, that just seems like a lot of force.
Do we prefer a center stand like this or a side stand?
My preference is always a center stand because I have been known to drop a bike on the side.
Okay.
What do you think?
What other way would you drop a bike? Maybe upwards like I
Yeah,
just did.
I've popped them up and backwards, but I much prefer a center stand.
Okay. All right. Final thoughts, Scott.
Final thoughts. Hit me with it.
On one hand, the sort of negative hand,
Okay.
it's a $4,500 bicycle that's really only relevant because of Rivian spinning off this company. And in terms of your actual ownership experience, does software integration, this crazy powertrain system, all of this stuff, does it really impact your A to B mobility over a cheap e-bike? And I would say, no. You're getting from A to B on a pedal bike or an e-bike or this type of bike.
Okay.
You could also say the same thing about a car. You can buy a Toyota Corolla or you can buy insert interesting car.
Yeah.
There's too many
Rivian.
to think about.
R1S.
Yeah, or you can buy an R1S.
Yes.
So do you get what you pay for on the upgrade? Because clearly you're able to make it from A to B on a crappy thing.
Yep.
Is this a 3 times better experience than a crappy e-bike? And then the question is this comparable to other e-bikes in the same price category?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm not familiar with e-bikes in this price category as much as I should be. I have a Rad Power Bikes, couple of them. Mm-hmm. We have some other stuff back when we did the Scoots channel. Mm-hmm. We have a couple of those bikes, and those all felt significantly worse than this bike.
Yes.
Like
and they're not nearly as customizable.
That I disagree with.
Really? Because
The Rad bike has a million accessories for them.
accessories are one thing, but I
Yeah.
mean just like the customizable drive modes in and of
Agreed.
themselves.
So that's the real key differentiator here.
Right.
You know how like electric cars opened up a new world of mobility feeling?
Yes.
This feels like a new type of powertrain
Okay.
where, again, it's a series hybrid bicycle. Mm-hmm. And that's so cool because you're recharging but it's also basing its output on the input,
Okay.
and that is totally customizable.
So with your limited knowledge of the market,
Yeah.
do you think it's 3 times better than a normal
than
e-bike?
anything I've ever ridden, and I've probably ridden some expensive
Can you
e-bikes without
quantify
knowing.
that?
Can I quantify that? Yeah, it's better. It's first of all the software, the thought process, the phone is a key integration. The fact that I can monitor this even if I'm not close, I can set charge limits, I can do over-the-air software updates to it, I can brick it if it gets stolen. That's all amazing.
Yes.
The fact that it's USB-C rechargeable at 240 watts, amazing. The fact that it uses
battery out.
You can take the battery out, and now that's like, you know, like an Anchor or Blue Eddy battery pack that we show on the channel sometimes?
Yeah, but those suckers are heavy.
Well, they're bigger capacity.
Yes.
But they're expensive.
Yes.
This can do essentially what that can do, and it's just built into your bike.
Yes.
And so that's amazing. I like the mobile service aspect to it, where they can come and service them. I think they're going to hold their value pretty well because they have this sort of automotive gradeness to them. And the riding experience, that's the real standout feature here, is
Okay.
this powertrain. It's the customizations, it's the gear shift, it's the CVT, it's the new way to have a recuperation on the pedals and an output, and recuperation with the brakes that feels really nicely tuned. And if that's their first effort before launch, like they still have a few more months to dial this thing in.
Yes.
When does it go on sale?
We will insert that here.
Boop. Don't know. Can't come soon enough though.
Yeah. I want to get one ASAP.
I think it's a really cool way to get people who like the blending of technology and mobility into an electric bike.
Yes.
So it's a really nicely done product. Unlike anything I've ever experienced. I'm not saying there's other stuff that's like this out there, but I will say nothing here is really off the shelf. It's all in-house. It's all ground up. And can't wait to get mine.
I really enjoyed your reaction because you were shocked from the moment we pulled out of the parking lot.
Yeah.
You were like,
Oh.
ah!
I didn't know it was going to be so fast.
Yes.
You whack this thing at full throttle and brrr, wheels
Yeah.
coming off the ground.
Yeah.
Oh, it probably has some wheelie control in there as well.
It has to, because if you were smaller, it'd be just whoosh, straight up.
There's so many things and tests that I want to do with this.
Yeah, we got to get one.
We got to get someone to review bikes on our channel. Out of spec
Email
SKUs.
here.
Email at the bottom. All right, with all that said, thanks for watching. Shout out to Also. We have plenty of Rivian content coming as always. But that was my first experience on this bike, and I'm really blown away. The team here has been great too.
Yeah.
Loved that. That was the best part.
I love them. It was a treat. So
Yeah, when you meet people that love what they do, you're like, oh, okay, now I love what you do.
yes, they're genuinely just so eager about what they've done, what's coming, and
You know what? I'm not even excited about the bicycle. I would buy this just to stress test the equipment. What I really want is all their like other 3 and 4 wheeled products.
yes.
Like all the Citroen Ami, Renault Twizy, weird last mile delivery, competitor space.
the very out of spec micro
Yeah.
mobility.
They're like built for
options.
what I love.
Yes.
And so they love the same stuff here too.
Awesome.
Really pleased. So thanks for watching. Thank you, Scott, for shooting the video last time. I'm glad I got to experience it this time.
Yeah.
And we'll see you on another one again soon.
Bye.
Bye. Scott,
Kyle.
a couple last things before we leave.
Okay.
They've got a cool colorway here. That's sort of a demo thing. And I love
This.
I love the off-road pedals, by the way.
It's a performance. It's called the Jammer.
The Jammer. That's like the thing though. Did you see this one? What this is called?
Full send for out of spec.
Full send for out of spec.
They allegedly named that because of us.
Yeah, I don't think so.
No.
But one thing we didn't mention, Scott, is you'll have navigation, Google Maps with like the Rivian routing software in here as well. Wonder if it'll plan charging stops. Probably not.
Probably not, but a good feature request.
Yeah, maybe. Could be interesting. But yeah, I love the off-road pedals. And I just think this whole software UI, totally updatable. We'll have some great high-tech features in there. And the other thing I didn't mention is this is a carbon-infused belt. I love that they didn't go chain. They went belt. And I'm glad they took and didn't do a hub motor approach and went for a integrated motor here, because maybe if you were doing a bike, a hub would make sense. You'd have more unsprung mass, which would be bad. But this is now a unit that can be packaged up and put in a bunch of different drivetrain types.
Yes, which is the idea here.
Yeah, so you can centrally mount these and then have a drive shaft go out. So you can use the same powertrain unit for a bike or a four-wheel thing,
Yep. Or many more.
or many more.
I'm hoping for a try.
Jet ski.
Jet ski.
Snowmobile.
Whoa, bobcat.
Bobcat. Tractor.
The list goes on and on. Also
everything.